Welcome back, folks, to another incredible tale from the urban jungle, where the smallest creatures often have the biggest stories. Today, we're diving into a legend in the making, a story that unfolded on a chaotic afternoon right in the heart of the city. Our hero, a tiny, street-smart cat named Leo, no bigger than a loaf of bread, but with the courage of a lion. And our antagonist, Brutus, the biggest, baddest dog in the neighborhood, a muscular beast with a bark that could shake windows and a reputation that preceded him for miles. The stage was set. Brutus was lounging in his well-fortified backyard, guarding his most prized possession, a legendary bone. This wasn't just any bone, mind you. Rumor had it that it was a genuine dinosaur fossil, unearthed by Brutus's owner on an archaeological dig. Whether that was true or not, to Brutus, it was his treasure, his status symbol, the crown jewel of his kingdom. He'd spend hours just admiring it, nudging it with his nose, and growling at any leaf that dared to drift too close. Little did he know, he was being watched. From the shadows of a nearby alley, Leo observed. His amber eyes were narrowed in concentration, his tail twitching with a mixture of fear and determination. He wasn't just hungry, he had a mission. With the stealth of a seasoned spy, Leo waited for the perfect moment. A delivery truck rumbled past, its loud engine providing the perfect cover. In a flash of ginger fur, Leo slipped through a small gap in the fence, his paws barely making a sound on the manicured lawn. He was in enemy territory. He moved low and fast, using flower pots and garden gnomes as cover. Brutus, momentarily distracted by the truck, had his back turned. This was it, the moment of truth. Leo's heart hammered against his ribs, but he didn't hesitate. He snatched the legendary bone, which was nearly as big as he was, and with a grunt, he turned to make his escape. It was at that exact moment that Brutus turned back. His eyes widened, first in disbelief, then in pure, unadulterated rage. A tiny cat was making off with his treasure. What followed was a chase so wild it shook the very foundations of the neighborhood. Brutus let out a roar that sent pigeons scattering in every direction. He crashed through his own fence like it was made of paper, hot on Leo's tail. The little cat zigzagged through alleys like a furry ninja, the massive bone clutched awkwardly in his mouth. Trash cans flew, laundry lines were snapped, and the entire street became a chaotic blur of fur and fury. Leo was running for his life, every muscle screaming, every instinct on high alert. But here's the twist, the part of the story that turns a simple chase into a legend. Leo wasn't just running blindly. He wasn't just a desperate thief hoping for a lucky break. He had a plan. Every turn he made, every obstacle he used, was calculated. He was leading Brutus on a very specific path, a winding, confusing route through the labyrinthine backstreets of the city. He was tiring him out, disorienting him, and, most importantly, leading him away from his familiar territory and deeper into Leo's world. You see, Leo wasn't a lone wolf. Or, well, a lone cat. He had a crew, a backup team. Hidden in the rafters of an abandoned warehouse was his family, his mate, a beautiful calico named Cleo, and there for tiny, mewling kittens, born just a week ago. They were weak, and Cleo was struggling to produce enough milk to feed them all. The vet had told their rescuer that a rich bone broth could provide the vital nutrients they needed to survive. And the biggest, most nutrient-rich bone in the entire city belonged to Brutus. Leo's frantic escape route wasn't random at all. He led Brutus past the old fish market, where his friend Jasper, a one-eyed tomcat, was waiting. Jasper, with a flick of his tail, sent a crate of slippery fish guts tumbling into Brutus's path, causing the big dog to slide and lose precious seconds. Next, he dashed through Mrs. Higgins's garden, where a trio of mischievous sibling cats, known as the Garden Gang, had been prepped to turn on all the sprinklers at once, creating a muddy, confusing mess that further slowed the relentless pursuer. Every corner held a new, minor inconvenience for Brutus, all orchestrated by Leo's network of street-savvy felines. It was a masterpiece of guerrilla tactics, a testament to the community and cunning of these often underestimated creatures. Leo wasn't just a thief, he was a general leading an army of the small and swift against a titan. He was running not just for his own survival, but for the survival of his entire family. That bone wasn't a trophy, it was a lifeline. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Leo reached his destination, the old abandoned warehouse. He was exhausted, his small body trembling with effort, but he scrambled up a rusty fire escape and disappeared through a broken window, the legendary bone still firmly in his grasp. He had made it. He dropped the bone near Cleo, who looked at him with eyes full of gratitude and relief. He nuzzled his kittens, their tiny squeaks a symphony of hope. He had done it, but the story wasn't over. Down below, Brutus stood panting, staring up at the warehouse. He was tired, confused, and covered in mud and fish guts. He let out a frustrated bark, but it lacked its earlier ferocity. He could smell the bone, but he also smelled something else. The faint scent of newborn kittens. For the first time, a flicker of something other than rage crossed his face. He was a guard dog, a protector by nature. He understood the instinct to protect one's family. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the city, a strange standoff took place. Brutus didn't leave. He simply sat, a silent, powerful guardian at the base of the warehouse. He was no longer a pursuer. He was a sentinel. It was as if he understood. The legendary bone was gone, but perhaps, in that moment, he realized it was being used for a purpose far greater than just being his backyard trophy. A silent truce fell over the alley, an unspoken understanding between the beast and the tiny cat who had dared to challenge him. The legend of the cat who stole the bone was complete, but it had become a story, not of theft, but of fatherly love and unexpected empathy. Thank you so much for watching this incredible story unfold with us. If you were moved by Leo's bravery and Brutus's surprising change of heart, please hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing tales from the animal kingdom. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'll see you in the next video.